Hello, folks. It's good to be talking to you again. I want to talk, Mike Newmeyer, Newmeyer Consulting, financial advisor. I hope you've watched me before. Hope you keep following me. I try to bring new messages to you. Now, people ask me occasionally, why should I work with you? You sound good, but why should I work with you? And I want to give you some answers. I made a list here of some things that might be important to you. Okay, so first of all, we're talking about my credibility. I have worked with over 700 people in my career, which began in 1989. Or 1999. So that's 23 years ago. I started in this business, and I had a business career before that, where I learned a whole lot over a long period of time. So 700 people since 1999. That's 23 years of a successful practice. That should say something about my credibility in itself. Okay, in itself. And all the referrals that I've gotten from the people that I've worked for, I think that means something, that they thought enough of me to refer me. And that continues to happen. I've spent probably a dozen years on the radio, off and on, at least a dozen years. And people have come to me through the radio, and they've brought other people through me through the radio. And the fact that I could sustain many years on the radio, I think, speaks to my credibility also. So I have put on 60 or more educational seminars in my career. 60 or more educational seminars. Now, I help people in the seminar, and they help me. I learned a lot about what people are looking for and what they want by the questions they asked and by the complimentary interviews that I had with those folks afterwards. And I still do those complimentary interviews. I'll meet with people, no obligation, and never charge for my time, which is somewhat unusual in the industry. But in any case, I don't charge anything. And I've never charged to put together retirement plans for people. And I'm always available to do that. Planning is the most important thing, I think, for retirement anyway, and something that's often overlooked and needs to be worked on with folks. And we need to revise them from time to time, and I do that work. And I never charge anything for that. Okay. So I refer people to estate attorneys and also to tax accountants to help them with their overall needs. And I always tell people the state attorneys are very important. Get that work done. Get that work done. Once we have settled some of your financial issues, then you can take that, of course, to the estate attorney, and he can give you some very efficient help. And I've worked with the same people over all these years. So I make those available to you, and the same thing with the accountants. So those are just a couple of things. Next thing is I want to tell you that I have helped people roll over $100 million from 401ks and 403bs and TSPs and so forth and so on into safe money products for retirement where they can never lose money and would give them lifetime income. Now that in itself, I think, says a whole lot. So I've worked with over 700 people. We put over $100 million into lifetime income safe products that they're enjoying income from now. Okay, and then we also have tax-free products that are available to you for taking money, tax-free. That's very important. And I'm not just talking about Roths, but we do explain, of course, what Roths are and what are regular traditional IRAs and how they work, what the limits are, so forth and so on. We also help people do SEPs, okay, which is self-employed products that can be used if you're a proprietor or whatever of small businesses and so on. There's a number of other products that very few people have ever heard of that are available, like finance premium and so forth and so on. So there's just so many different things in that area. And beyond that, I mentioned the complimentary meetings that I provide. There are things that need to be understood, like 72 T's. There's things in the IRS code that most people have never heard of, and sometimes apply to your situation and your needs. And we're cognizant. We know about those things. We also, we talk about RMDs, required minimum distributions, and explain those to people and help them prepare for those and so forth. We explain what is called the Secure Act that was passed in 1915 that has 2015, which has an effect on you that you need to understand. So those kinds of things. We provide very efficient processing. Our staff handles a lot of processing needs, new accounts, old accounts, spreadsheets for your accounts to answer your questions about the current status of accounts. We get that information to you all the time. We help people each year, they select indexes to use to measure their progress. And we provide information on those all the time to people. I can explain that more when I see you. We always help people with their accounts. We're always available. We don't just sell something and then we're gone. We're here. We've been here for all this time, and we're always available to our clients to meet or to help on the telephone. We work only with the top rated companies. No fly-by-nights. We're only working with the best. And that works very well for us, and it'll work very well for you. We're always available for help. We encourage our clients to come in for annual reviews, at least annual reviews. And that way we stay in touch. We understand what their changing needs are, and we can help them as their changes take place. And again, we make the recaps, spreadsheets of their accounts available anytime you want one. So those are just some of the things that I think add up to credibility. You got to know the person you're going to work with. I think you need to understand what their company is all about, what they do for their people. And we hope that you'll consider some of these things and give me a chance to sit down with you and review your situation with no obligation and at no cost. I hope you'll call me. Thank you.